All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Drew, and I will be the host for this Kubernetes 135 release team meeting. Today is Wednesday, September 24th, 2025, and we are in week 2 of the release cycle. So please be aware this is a Kubernetes community meeting, which falls under the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which could be summarized to be excellent to one another. This meeting is recorded and will be publicly posted to YouTube, so please be mindful what you say is being recorded. Let's go ahead to the open discussion items. It looks like we don't have anything added to the list, so I just wanted to double check. Is there anything that folks would like to have an open discussion about? All right, so let's move forward to the sub-team updates, starting with enhancements. Do we have, oh, I guess Ryan, yeah, Ryan's not here, so I'll go ahead and share. So for enhancements, the shadow selection is done. We have pull requests that are up to give access to the GitHub groups, the Google groups, and it looks like SIG release. So call for enhancements has been sent out in an email. We will be starting the outreach to SIG soon to collect new Kubernetes enhancement proposals, and shadow onboarding will be scheduled soon per everybody's availability. Does anybody have any questions for the enhancements sub-team? Do we have any shadows that will be on the enhancements sub-team here on the call?
You do
Yeah.
now. Yep.
Yeah, I'd love to give you a chance to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Subhashmita. I joined this release as an enhancement shadow. Previously, I have been part of 1.26 and 3.0 releases for the CI signal. And yeah, I work at Civo as an R&D engineer and part-time here as a release shadow. So happy to meet everyone and yeah, looking forward to working with you.
I'll go next. I'm Daniel. Nice to meet everyone. I've been involved with the release team for a few cycles now, mainly under docs and release lead shadow. This is the first time I'm doing enhancements, and I'm super excited about it.
I guess I'll go next. I'm Josh. My first introduction to the release team was actually last release as an enhancement shadow as well. Back again for this release. Great to be on the team. I'm a senior principal engineer at a company called Data Miner. Yeah.
Great, really. Yeah, welcome to the team. We're excited to have you here. Yeah, any final questions for the enhancements team? All right, let's go forward to release signal.
Right, and our status is red, and we have the failing test on the method blocking SIG group v1 node end-to-end conformance test, and we will check on this, and SIG node is aware of this. Yeah, they are facing down. And other update is I'm converting with the shadow orientation time, and let's meet our shadow. Do we have any shadow on this? On here.
Are there any release signal shadows that want to introduce yourselves?
Yes, hi team. So Prajit here. So I was part of the last release team as well as the release signal shadow. Glad to be back here again and looking forward to the exciting release cycle ahead.
Great. Any questions for release signal? All right, let's move forward to the docs update.
Yeah, so our status is green and our shadow selection is done, and also the PR for adding the doc shadow is merged now. And I'm planning to have onboarding call by Monday or Friday for with the doc shadows. And yeah, doc shadows, please feel free to introduce yourself to the team.
Hi everyone. My name is Kang, and I usually goes by as Jimmy. And I'm very excited to be here as the shadow for the release docs teams. I'm currently in software engineering intern at Shopify in Canada, and yeah, looking forward to working with and learning from everyone.
Hi, I'm Anshuman Tripathi, joining in from the San Francisco Bay Area. I am the doc shadow for 1.35. I've been a doc shadow for 1.32 as well. Excited to be back, contributing to the release docs and meeting everybody. Thank you.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Tushar Mittal, cloud infrastructure engineer at FICO. I mostly spend my time working with Kubernetes and building cross-plane operators. This is my first time contributing as a release team member, and I'm really excited to learning the ins and outs of the release team. Yep.
Hello everyone, I am Sayan. I am from India as well, and I work as a release engineer at the Flatcar Containers team, and excited to be a shadow, doc shadow. This time I was previously part of, I guess, 1.18 or 1.19 releases. It's been a long time, but yeah, great to be back here again. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome to the team. Excited to have you all here. Any questions for the docs team? All right, let's move on to the comms team. Do we have the comms team available for an update?
Yeah. So this is Akansha from comms team, and the current status for comms team is yellow. A Slack group has been created for the team, and the required calendar and groups and documentations are shared. Uh, GitHub PR and for adding the comms shadow and to track the progress have been created. Thank you.
Thanks for that update. Do we have any shadows on the comms team that want to introduce yourselves?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Swati. I have been contributing to the Kubernetes project mainly in SIG Contribex and Contribex comms for a few months now. So, and I'm one of the comm shadows for this release cycle. It's my first time being a part of any release cycle at all. So I'm pretty excited to just get up to speed and also learn how such a large open source project like plans and also executes all its releases. So yes, very excited to be here and looking forward to learning from all of you.
Yeah, excited to have you as well.
And this is Chad Prohl, also release shadow comms on the comms team for 135. Really happy to meet everyone. And my role is SRE at Akamai. I've been involved in the CNCF in some capacity since 2018. So, but this is my first time being a release team shadow. So super happy to be here, and thanks for having me.
Hi everyone, I'm Arjul, and right now I'm a college student, and I've been part of the Kubernetes for at least 1 year now, and I'm part of the SIG Contribex comms, and right now I'm part of the LWKD team, and also as a release election officer for the ongoing steering election commission, steering elections. This is also my first time in a release team, so I'm really excited to see how how the release works out.
All right. Is there anybody else on the comms team that would like to introduce yourselves? Do we have any questions for the comms team? Okay, so moving on, release branch management. Do we have an update on release branch management?
Your branch manager will be Angelos.
Okay.
Waiting for Marco to confirm the shadows, but we're gonna have either 3 or 4 branch management shadows this time, which will be nice. We're kind of trying to formalize a branch management shadow program. We can't do it exactly the same way we handle the release team shadow program, but there will be 3 or 4 shadows. But Angelos is the branch manager for this cycle.
All right, excellent. Angelos was the release lead for 131, and he was the emeritus advisor for 133. So I'm really excited. I also worked with him in branch management as a shadow last cycle in 134. So I'm really excited to have him on the team.
Yeah, he'll be great.
Yeah. Okay. Did you want to go into the sub-project lead updates as well?
Sure. Hello, everybody. There are new people here who have never been on the release team before, so I will also introduce myself. My name is Kat. I am the sub-project lead, which means I'm Drew's boss, but the SIG leads are my bosses. I am head of developer advocacy at Minimus, which is not at all relevant to my job here, so I'm not going to go into what we do. You can Google that, I guess. But my job is to be there as a backstop in case the release lead can't handle something, which should be very rare. It'll happen like maybe once or twice a cycle, probably. I'm also there to get called in if you are having trouble getting another SIG to listen to you, which will unfortunately happen. Sometimes it will be difficult to get a SIG lead or a KEP owner to respond to you just because they don't know who you are. And in that case, especially if it's close to a deadline, you will see this with docs deadlines and comms deadlines most often. Then you come tag me and I will go get them. We're trying to work with the rest of the project to make that happen less often. You may have seen, if you've been on the dev mailing list for a while, you may have seen an email go out from the steering committee about this because it is an ongoing issue. Y'all shouldn't have to come running to mom as often as the rest of the project forces you to, unfortunately. But if that happens, if it's getting close to some deadline and somebody isn't responding to you, come tag me and I will be happy to handle it. That's part of what I'm here for. But I'm also replacing the emeritus advisor role. If you've been on the release team before, you know that typically we would have an emeritus advisor who had previously led the release. Usually it's the release 2 cycles ago, but that's a little bit redundant now that we have a sub-project owner. We haven't always had a sub-project owner. That's new in the last 4 releases. So that's me now, which goes into my next thing. There is mandatory onboarding for new members of the release team. So if you've been on the release team before, you've already done this onboarding and you don't have to do it again. But if you are new, you do need to sign up for this. I will send out doodles to all of the sub-team leads today to get distributed to y'all to sign up. This is different from your sub-team onboarding. So you'll have onboarding with me and you'll also have onboarding with like the docs lead or the enhancements lead, depending on which sub-team you're on. My job is to cover like general expectations of the shadow program, the structure of the project overall, the structure of SIG release, and what resources are available to you and what to do if you want to continue contributing, but you don't want to stay in SIG release after this cycle, that kind of thing. So yeah, that'll go out today. That is a hard requirement. You've got to attend one of those. I'll hold more than one, probably 2 or 3. And if there's like really just a time slot that does not work for you at all, that's okay. Come talk to me personally and we will do it one-on-one. I am all over the place. I'm in Colorado right now, but I actually live in Scotland. So we can find a time slot that works for you. On to the beginning of the release pep talk. Kubernetes is the second largest open source project in the world, behind Linux by number of contributors. We are absolutely massive. A huge portion of the world's digital infrastructure is relying on us. So the Kubernetes project is unusually well structured for an open source project. If you've contributed to other open source projects, you will notice that there is a lot more structure here. There's a lot more process. There are a lot more rules, and that is unfortunately necessary because we're so big now. For people who've been around for a long time, that can be kind of like a rough adjustment because it used to be like very cowboy, and now we just simply can't operate that way with so much of the world relying on us. So getting onto the release team is difficult. It's a big deal. It's the single largest source of new contributors for the project. And I think it's also the hardest way to start contributing to Kubernetes. There were about 200 applicants for about 20 positions. So it's very competitive because people want it on their resume, and every last one of you is important to making sure that this gets out the door on time as cleanly and efficiently as possible. And you all wrote banger applications and have done good work elsewhere, so we feel really good about this team. I think this is one of the best teams we've had in a long time. So you're all going to do really good job, and it is also so okay to be nervous. It is so incredibly okay to be nervous. I think most people are their first cycle. So my one like biggest piece of advice for people who are new to doing this is you're going to interact with a lot of people who have been in this project for a very long time. Some of them are original committers to Kubernetes, and some of them are like Kubernetes celebrities or cloud native celebrities. During a release cycle, the entire project answers to us, especially up against a deadline. So no matter who you're talking to, it doesn't matter if Joe Beta decided to, he was the first committer for Kubernetes. If he decided to return to the project, he would still have to answer to all of you where it relates to a deadline. The steering committee answers to you where it relates to a deadline. The Linux Foundation answers to you where it pertains to a deadline. So even if you're new, even if it's a little bit scary, even if you're talking to God himself in the Kubernetes project, remember that you are the one with the authority here. That's part of the charter of SIG Release, that the whole project is reporting to us where it pertains to a release. So don't be afraid to push back on somebody. If you're not sure about whether or not you should be pushing back on a particular issue with somebody, go talk to Drew, and he will either assure you that you're doing the right thing or redirect you. Or if you are not comfortable pushing back on a specific person, that is okay too. And Drew can do that for you. And if Drew is not comfortable doing it, I will do it, because there's nobody in this project that I'm afraid of. So it is okay to be afraid of somebody, be uncomfortable pushing back on a deadline if somebody's being particularly pushy. But you don't need to be afraid because you are their boss where it relates to a deadline. So you're all going to do great. It's okay to be nervous. You're already here, so we trust that you are going to do this and you're going to do it well. But anytime you have doubts, go talk to Drew, go talk to me, and we will handle it for you. Good job.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Kat. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. I'm going to move forward to the release lead update. There's I have a number of practical items announcements here. So we've started the Asia Pacific meetings. So those take place every Wednesday as well, but much earlier in the day, in a time zone that's or like at a time that's much more friendly for the time zones in Asia and Pacific region. So if that should be on our release calendar. Please DM me if you don't have access to the calendar invites, and we'll make sure we can get that set up. But yeah, if this is a meeting that will be a little more friendly for your schedule, please feel welcome to come. So all the shadows have been confirmed. So again, welcome to the team. We're really excited to have you. As Kat mentioned, there's been just a lot of like really great applicants this cycle with a lot of strong background and experience. So we're really excited about the selections that we have. And yeah, you've been selected for a really good reason. So, rest assured that you got this. We're super pumped to have this team put together. So a little message for sub-team leads. Please add your shadows to the contacts spreadsheet, and then open PRs to add the permissions for shadows to relevant groups in GitHub, Google Groups, and Slack, depending on what is necessary is listed in your handbook. So here's an example PR for setting up a GitHub group. And then please schedule a sub-team onboarding meeting. So I think some of you have already talked about this. So yeah, if you're a shadow, we'll have some sub-team orientation soon to sync up, get everybody together. You can meet your team and then go over what the responsibilities will be for your team. Please ensure that you're subscribed to each of these Kubernetes groups. And also, if you're new to the Kubernetes project, we have to open an org PR following this process. When you open the issue, please mention myself and Kat as your sponsors, and then ask your team lead whether you have to be a member of Kubernetes or the Kubernetes SIG as well. So yeah, does anybody have any questions about any of these items? All right, so I'm really excited for this release. Like Kat was saying, the stakes are very high. The reach is global. A lot of critical infrastructure and data centers run their daily operations on Kubernetes. And so this is where we come in. Our team is responsible for orchestrating the moving parts of this project, every new feature and change that's being developed. We organize it into a cohesive, reliable, high quality release. You could think of us sort of like air traffic control with all these new features. Every special interest group, every Kubernetes enhancement proposal, known as a KEP, every test signal, every doc has to be in line so the release can land safely. So our job is to enforce the healthy deadlines, uphold high standards at each of those deadlines, and communicate clearly with the stakeholders. So without our coordination, a project of this size, the second biggest in the world, simply couldn't deliver consistently. So part of our responsibility is saying that the bar is high and it must be met. We have that authority to do so. Enhancements need to pass through rigorous checks. Release signal ensures that our continuous integration tests are clean whenever there are new changes. Docs and comms, we make sure the work is accessible and visible to everybody in the world. So each of our sub teams, we play a crucial role in maintaining the quality Kubernetes is known for. We do this not just because it looks good, but because the world is depending on us. So it's an honor to to build the investment and trust that our contributors and many companies around the world and end users rely on. So the path won't be easy. We move fast. Emotions can run high. Like Kat was saying, there's a lot of big names that are contributing. but we've been nominated for a reason. We have this authority to set these standards, and y'all have shown excellent skills and commitment that got you here. So we have each other to lean on. We have designed redundancy in the project. Your shadows on your team, your mentors, Kat and I, please use them, ask questions, be transparent if things aren't working. If there's a process deadline or even shadow assignments that you have doubts on, reach out. But we're also relying on you when we're asking something to get done. Together we're stronger, and we're a very supportive community here. So we're also a wider community than just SIG Release. So we would like to see you remain in the Kubernetes project for the long term. So dive deeper into the project. There's going to be a lot of opportunities that you'll have if you're exploring new features and changes that are being made. If you're on enhancements, you can explore SIG architecture, or maybe you'll be tracking some features that another special interest group has that you're curious about. You could dig deeper. If you're on release signal, you could check out SIG testing or SIG infra, or maybe even dive deeper into some of the tests that you're tracking. Please follow your curiosity. There's also a community calendar. Watch out for other meetings like these with the other special interest groups. And at the end of the day, what we're doing here is service. We might not always see our users directly, but the standards we set will ripple across the entire industry. Together, our work makes Kubernetes continue to be the foundation the world can trust. This is a responsibility worth carrying, and I'm glad that we're all here to carry it together. Yeah, are there any questions that folks have for me? Okay, so I'm going to end the recording. Are there any questions we wanted to ask before I conclude the release meeting recording today?
I have the question about this, and we our release signal shadow have joined a bit late, and that's that team to introduce themselves. And yes, are you here?
Yeah, hello. Does anyone want to introduce themselves?
Yeah, I'm late in the party. My name is Amin Kinabe. I'm happy to be back here, helping the signal, and let's do it.
All right, yeah, excited to have you. You were here with 132, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, excited to see you back. All right, any final questions before I end the recording? All right. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining. And if you're on YouTube, thanks for tuning in today.